What is going on, Nitro Gang? Happy Friday Nitro to ya. Today is a day of learning, a day of reading very fat books full of nitro and a little bit electric. But it's also a day to commemorate the 32-time associated champion. And guys, you might have seen the short on this brand new Hoonicorn, but I have gotten the electronics that are going to go inside, and they are pretty popular and famous. More about this in a little bit. Let me say hello to everybody that is showing up here. We got Eric and Matthew, Lotus RC, BMR 31. I already said let it. Okay, I already said it. Geomac 86. We got Just RC. Who else did I miss, Melissa? Oh yeah, you're right here. I gotta say hello to you. But like, hello to you. Benjamin Martinez, how you doing? Jim Palazzalo, Michael Sucha, Josh Joe is here with us. Lucas Stallcup. Guys, you should all say hello in a row. That way, it'll be really easy for me to read the screen, okay? All right, now I'm going to give it a little bit of time, and we will continue. I do want to ask you all a question, though. I want to ask you all a question. Anybody here ever read this? And the man of the hour is here, Clifford. I am happy Clifford is here. Dylan Seabird, how you doing? It was Clifford who so graciously sent me this for the channel. Now, me personally, I've never had this. I have a couple other pretty popular old RC style books. I would say I don't want to call this a magazine. It's a legitimate book. But this is close to 200 pages of sickening RC car action. I do plan on going over this in pretty great detail. Now, who here wants to guess the year that this is from? Because the year it's from is going to tell us a lot about what's inside. And we'll go over it in a little bit, then we'll take a quick look at the Hoonicorn. I just want to ask you all here a question. Who here saw the short where I opened this up and there was a little something hidden in the background? I don't know if you guys got the hint. There was a little bit something there hidden in the background. Sergio, how are you, man? We are RC. What's going on? The awesome hobby store in Pipersville, Pennsylvania. If you guys haven't gone there, go to We Are RC. I myself have gone there a couple times, and I know they're going to be hosting a awesome swap meet in the near future, and I will be there again, guaranteed. Okay, we got ourselves Tarek Curry here in the stream, guys. It is his birthday today. Okay, I usually don't talk about birthdays, but birthdays matter. I want to say a little something. The other day, I was on the train. Okay, I was on the train. You guys want to hear my story or no? I was on the train, and there was a guy. I mean, he looked a little bit like a hipster. Nothing wrong with that. You know, we all get the hipster phase in our life one time. All it takes is a beard and like a stupid-looking hat, and you look like a hipster. That's all it takes. But no hate there. Just saying it how it is. He was reading a book. It was a book about time management. And the book said, time management for the immortals. And it also said, Daniel PD, how you doing? Who else? Canon stuff, what's going on? So, the book said, time management for immortals. Of course, I got to thinking of Hulkamania, because he's the immortal one. Although, if you look at his recent pictures, you could kind of see he has more mortality than an HPI electric. Okay, not even this. And then it said 4,000 weeks. I did the math. 4,000 weeks is about 77 to 78 years. It's just a little bit of you know, for me, I thought it was interesting to really think of your life in terms of weeks and not years. And every day, that's a Friday, there's a Nitro Gang Live, and hopefully it will never be canceled. But just think of your mortality. Think of your mortality and making Nitro great again. 4,000 weeks is the average lifespan of an American male. Okay? All right, we got Michael Graham here in the stream. How are you guys? Well, you're a guy. You're not guys. You're not plural. You're a singular human being. Devin Haney, what's going on? So, my question to you. What year is the RC Car Bible from? Okay, what year is this from, bros? Go ahead. Make your day. 200 pages of sickening. 200 pages. Yo, Melissa, as you're typing, the whole table is shaking. So, like, you know, I'm using, like, the world's cheapest Costco table right here. So it kind of shakes like a ton. So thank you for that. Appreciate you. All right. Trash Cat Ninja is correct. Nitrogen Queen, been a member for 30 months. Thank you for being a channel member. I'll buy you pizza for that later. Okay? Hopefully it's on sale. We got Corey here in the stream. He also picked himself up a new RC this week. Congratulations, man. I heard he is going to do a couple races with his housemates. That's going to be exciting. All right. Benjamin Martinez is correct. 2006. I must say, 2006 is quite a fantastic year for RC. I'll talk about it in a little bit. Let me just say we got Timothy Kungus here in the stream, a good buddy of mine. You guys have seen him in the videos. And in fact, you're going to see him again because I forgot to edit a video when I went to his awesome hobby store, We Are RC. So you guys will see the video. So it's like maybe a little bit, you know, it's not like from yesterday. But you will see the video. He exists. He's hella tall. And he really makes a point of selling nitros and just RCs that people want in his hobby store. You know, I understand. Let me just say something. I understand my channel is mostly nitro. But would you take a look at this? Would you take a look at that? This, my dudes, is an electric. And who here wants to tell me what this reminds them of? Let me show you the back. If you want, I'll do a quick little unboxing of this today. Yes, it's an electric, but the thing is, I remember fond memories. Nitro Pimp, how you doing, man? That's a super awesome username. How come I didn't think of that? Yo, Melissa, if Nitro Pimp username is, you know, vacated one day, make sure I use it. We got It's Burnsy. How you doing, man? Happy to see you here. So, for real, I remember having great memories of the very first associated TC3. Both the Nitro and the electric. And I must say, the electric doesn't look much different than this model here. It was extremely well-balanced. Extremely well-balanced. Probably my favorite 10-scale electric of, I think that I've ever really had, like in a touring car. All Aspects RC, how you doing, bro? Happy to see you here, man. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to wait a little while longer until a couple more viewers show up here. So today, I was going to fire up a Baja for Tarek's birthday here. But it's raining. So we're going to do it later, but not today. It's raining. Can't ruin the Baja, okay? Birthdays matter. You know, you have a lot of birthdays in your life, but you only get one original Baja, right? So there you go. Okay, we got a question here. Well, more like a comment. From Dan Bushy, RC Trucks, Cars, Drones, and Hot Rods. That is the world's longest username, bro. I'm glad I read it. He goes, picked up a Kyosho kart that has never been run. So that's the Kyosho go-kart he is referring to. I think the Kyosho go-karts are 1/4 scale models. Very, very rare. Usually you will never get them for like under 500 bucks. The only few that I've seen, they were destroyed and they were 500 bucks. Okay, needless to say, I don't have one. But congratulations, man. I'm happy to know that there is one in the Nitro gang. All right. Right, let's continue. Oh, Nitro Pimp goes, you might remember as the guy with 3 primals and 200 nitros. I guess you could say that, man. I guess you could say that. All right, my dudes. I'm going to give you all a little, what are we going to say? Option. The book or not the book. All right. Really, the start of the show is the book. I have to begin working on assembling this. This is a proper kit. It's going to take me a little bit of time. I don't think I'm going to do it during a live stream. You know, maybe I'll open the box and show it to you guys if you want to see. But we will see. We got Andy K. How you doing? Andy K goes, yo, hybrid. I picked up the AMR Scoot 09R. Bro, I think I saw your comment. I'm sorry I didn't respond. I took too long, man. He goes, still on the way, but would love to see another video on yours. So the problem with mine, with the Scoot 09R, I mean, if Melissa wants to go like 2 floors down the basement and get it, I don't know. She might not even know what it is, to be honest with you. It's like a tiny box. RC Cape Cod, how you doing? RC Nitro Flux, thank you, bro, for that channel donation. I appreciate it. We're going to put that towards a good use, man. A very good use. Because RC10 GT pre-release, pre-order. That's where the funds are going. It's like $400. Anyway, so thank you, RC Nitro Flux Man. What was I saying? Oh, the Scudo 9R. I have a missing clutch spring. So that kit uses a very, very tiny clutch spring. Like, good luck going to get one. Now, my only option is to run 2 out of 3 clutch shoes. It's possible, but you understand, on a kit like that, it's like basically parts you will never be able to get again. The question is, for me to actually run it, should I run 2 out of 3 clutch springs at this point? So I'm also missing, Andy K. Bro, I'm also missing another vital component on the Scudo 9R. Yo, Melissa, do you know what that is?
No.
You heard her say it. Melissa, say no so they don't think I'm trolling.
Nope, I don't know what it is.
She don't know what it is. I have it like stacked on a bunch of boxes, bros. I'm sorry, you know. The other problem is on the Scudo 9R, which is a 12 scale Nitro with a 1 horsepower tiny engine, 0.09 displacement. It's missing the front pulley. So yeah, that's a proprietary part. I will never be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? The front pulley is missing, so I'll only be able to. Jesse Lyons, how you doing, man? Yo, Jesse Lyons, your username. Well, I'm assuming that's your name. Reminds me of the movie Back to the Future. Do you want to tell me why? Because Marty McFly's family lived in the Lyons estate. You remember that? The Lyons estate. Is that where you're from, bro? I'm just from New York City. It's boring. Okay. We got traffic and congestion pricing here now, so it's lame. There's no flying cars. Trust me, I looked outside before. Zero flying cars. In fact, Pitbull Air Cooled, how you doing? If you guys want to hear my story before I continue of the Tesla Model Y, I didn't particularly like it, but okay, it doesn't really matter. KGM, how you doing, man? Happy to see you here. We got people from great parts and the Lion Estates. Matt Von Osen, how you doing, man? He goes, Chapter 8. And great pictures. And 9 great pictures. Yes, that's true, man. I'm watching a movie right now with the old James Bond guy. What was his name? Not Pierce Brosnan. Sean Connery, called Meteor. Where there's a giant meteor and they're trying to blast it out with something called Goliath. No, Hercules. I only watched 25 minutes so far, so don't tell me what happened. But it's Sean Connery, so safe to say Earth has survived. Earth is going to be fine. All right, bros. Let us continue. If you guys want, I will open this up after. But Team Associate, I'm telling you, man, they are coming out with a lot of sickening models. Don't forget the RC10 GT. They got this. They got the 7th scale. I was actually looking at the 7th scale Hoonicorn. It appears to be an Arma killer. It appears. If I'm lucky enough to get one of those, I will challenge the Armas at my local RC track. It's going to go down. Okay? All right. Enough of the intro. Let's dig into the RC Car Bible. Let me rearrange the lighting here a little bit. And if I can get a little bit of a hell yeah and a thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. I worked hard. I put the smack down on my Wi-Fi provider, and the quality has greatly improved from last week's. Alright, I was actually going to do another Nitro unboxing today, but kind of have a lot of things going down right now, and, you know, given the fact that you only really... Yo, let me answer that phone. Go ahead, give me the phone. Who's that? Give me the phone. Hello? Hello? All right, let's get down to the RC Car Bible, everybody. All right. Can't say it and be politically correct on who that was. Sickening. Give me a second here, and I will make sure the view is good, and I'll work to... Yo, you believe that? Trying to do a stream over here, and they be talking to me. Hang up. Just press yes, hang up. What's up there, JP's RC? I got spam callers going down. All right, you guys let me know. I've done what I can to reduce some of the glare. So, extremely rare RC car Bible. Let's take a look at the cover. On the front, we have, of course, the star of the show, the classic battle of Associated versus Team Losi. This battle will never be finalized. You know why? Because they're both great. But you know what's better about Associated, guys? Go ahead. Tell me what you think is better about Associated. The fact that they are back. Nitro Pimp goes, the loan acceptance program. Well, man, I'll tell you this, man. I have never had a loan. You know, that's good and bad because if you really look at some of the wealthiest people in this country, they live on nothing but debt. That really goes to show you who's in the right here. Is it the financial institutions? Is it the people that take on the debt and live to look like they're wealthy? That's the question of the day. All right. On the bottom, now this is something interesting. We got a crawler, nobody cares. You guys see what that is right there in the middle? Who here wants to tell me what they think that is? Well, Just Joe, bro, my phone bill is basically included in the bill for the Wi-Fi. I mean, for the internet, so pretty much it's almost free. The way they bundle these packages, you can't get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? You just can't get rid of it. Who knows what that car in the middle is? This is a significantly famous car. Oh, wow. We got another Associated. Man, Associated was dominating. It was dominating. Who knows what that is? Digital Darkness. That's funny. That's my next ex-girlfriend. Well, bro, they called directly from Bangalore, India. Or is it Bangalore? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. This is a Team Magic, everybody. Team Magic. Dan, Team Magic, bro. Team Magic. You know how I know? By the sickening design of that fuel tank. All right, let us continue, everybody. I'm going to start going through it. So this this is an actual book. I wouldn't say it's a magazine. You know, it's already starting to get delaminated. It's old. It's 2006. Yeah, Melissa's the quality good? Mm-hmm. Like, very good? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Bangalore, India, telling me that I need a warranty on my Nissan Murano. What they don't know is nobody could save a Nissan Murano CVT transmission. Once that thing goes, it's gone. No warranty will honor that. Trust me. I looked. Okay, we got John. How are you, man? Richard B. Greetings to you, bro. All right, so I'm going to go through this slowly. Let me see if the quality will be average. I think you guys could see it pretty well as of right now. Okay, so this is a race. Pretty much just the cover. So here we got some contents about the cover, some credits, the table of contents. Melissa, quality good? Mm-hmm. Table of contents going down. Nope, zoom in too much. So we got racing for real, racing by radio control, electric, nitro, chassis protection, no, perfection, electric car preparation, whatever. This is everything. It's Rickety Rack. How you doing, man? Just going over something very, very rarely or never before seen, in my opinion, called the RC Car Bible. Me personally, I have not flipped through this. So as I'm going through it, this is my first time as well. Okay, so it's talking about racing for real. Monty Motorsports, what's going on, man? Happy to see you here. Enjoyed our chat this week. Let me give a more of a top-down view. You guys can let me know if you want me to adjust the view in any particular fashion. I will make an adjustment for you, bros. I will do it. Maybe I'll have to bend over, look at the phone, strain my eyes, wear reading glasses, but I'll do it. Andy Barnett, how you doing? Happy Friday to you. Joe Fox goes 2-speed, baby. Well, these are 1-speeds. But you guys could see so far all the ads has been for stadium trucks. And that's kind of great because I think 2025 is going to be stadium truck heaven. Who here thinks that's going to be the case? So here they're just talking a lot about whatever. I'm not going to read this. Talking about which to buy. So they're talking about range with transmitters. Blah, blah, blah. The difference between that toy radio control car and a serious radio control race car can be experienced in dollars. Expressed. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Michael Graham, what's going on? Don't know if I said hello to you, but hello. Gary, what's going on? Two-speed baby, he goes. He knows the lingo of the channel. He knows the lingo. All right, so I actually did have this this radio. It broke almost right away. I gotta be real gentle with the magazine, not crease it too much, like it's starting to come apart where the bind is. I think it's called the bind. Or the seam. The seam, is it called the seam? Sean Connery would know, I'm pretty sure. Offna guy, how you doing, man? I'm just going over pretty much probably the rarest RC memorabilia book in the world. It's called the RC Car Bible. All right, so this is all electric stuff. Fuel burning engine power. The irony is, this is kind of ironic. Top of the page says fuel burning, but they're depicting an electric. That is odd. Monte Motorsport's been a member for 30 months, bro. It's almost like a car lease. You have 6 months left to go. I hope you're not over your miles, bro. For real, though. For real. Okay. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Let's continue. When I see something notable, I'll talk about it. This, I don't know what that is. Well, I could probably read what it is. It says on the right side. Blah, blah. No, it doesn't tell you what kind of chassis it is. Anyways, this part's pretty boring. Let's continue. We got Racing by Radio Control is the title. When you turn a handheld steering wheel and pull a speed control trigger and a car that is a dozen feet away responds to your slightest whim, you are driving by radio control. Wow, that is some definition they got. That is some definition for sure. Hey, John, how you doing, man? That is only RC Nitros. How you doing, bro? Congratulations on your new... What'd you get, a Savage? I think you got a Savage. Go ahead, only RC Nitros. We know you want to tell people what you got. I mean, I want to know, too. Okay, let's continue. This is just talking about, I guess, radio control tech, computerized transmitters. You know, this is 2006 when this stuff was pretty much kind of rare. They did have synthesized radios. Oh, this is interesting right here. Now, this we might have to look at. So here's a frequency chart, the FCC frequency chart. With crystals and channel numbers. So channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, pretty much. I remember AM radios having up to 12 channel frequencies normally, like 12 different crystals. Maybe it was 6. Am I incorrect, guys? I think it was 6. I think it was 6. Okay, so it says there's 6 in the 27 megahertz range. So there's only 6 assigned frequencies, it looks like, during that time period. What's that? I guess cards for something, I don't know. I never did one of these actual organized races. Which is fine. Doesn't mean much. Okay. So here we got some... I'm going to skip this part. This part's not interesting. Oh, man. We got some LRP tech. Well, guys, we've hit our first real sickening Nitro associated right here. What do you think about that? That is beautiful. That is the TC3. It appears to be the factory team TC3 actually as well, with a proper 2-speed. Check that out. REEDY battery pack. Guys, REEDY battery pack. You want to know something about REEDY? I could show you something about REEDY. REEDY, baby. REEDY. This is part of the electronics going into that Hoonigan, by the way. All right. Yeah, it's a pretty proper. I could see it has the factory team axles as well. Yeah, I could pretty much identify every single car they have here. This is a Kyosho buggy. Could be a truggy, really, too. Oh. Who knows what that is on the left side? That's, you know, they have some pretty top quality pictures. Man, I know exactly what that is. Gary goes, that is sickening. You guys know what the picture on the left is? I'll tell you what it is after you take a couple guesses, baby, if you want. KGM goes, it's a 2-speed baby, T-Max.
T-Max.
You got it right. But there's one interesting thing about this T-Max, everybody. It has the big block conversion. Go ahead, ask me how I know. Go ahead, ask me in the chat how I know.
How do you know?
No, we need participation, so ask me how I know. Like, type it. How do you know?
I'm right here. How do you know?
No, I don't respond to verbal questions. I respond to text questions. I'm living the, 2025. So how do we know? Okay, Nitrogen Queen Melissa and Gary ask, how do you know? Well, thank you guys for the good question here. And Nitro Pimp, how do you know? We have the throttle relocation. This is called throttle. What is it? It's not called the throttle relocation. So basically, normally the throttle, what is it called? Throttle assembly would be on a different side. It would be on this side on a T-Max.
I knew you were going to say that.
Interesting. They have a stock plastic spur gear. Obviously, the carb is enormous. This is not a regular carb. And that engine appears to be, it's not a Megatech. It's a Nova Mega. I mean, the top of the words definitely says Mega. Fuel tank is normal. Pull start. Interesting. Interesting combination. And we have a pipe that is apparently enormous. So this is obviously an 8th scale pipe. KGM been a member for 24 months. Yep. The throttle relocation assembly. He got the words correctly. I forgot the term. Throttle relocation assembly. It's a pretty clever setup, actually. All right. Let us continue. On the right, we have... Don't care about that. Look at that. Fail-safe controls. That's important. Okay, we have more Team Associated. Man, I am happy to see Team Associated making a lot of interesting appearances here. But of course, this is the factory team when I've never owned a genuine factory team. Radio stuff, don't care about the radio stuff. Okay, we got electric-powered race cars. Now, who wants me to go through this quick and we'll just continue to the Nitro? I mean, I gotta say, they have some very good-looking pictures in this book so far that I've noticed. You guys with me on that or what? All right, Geomag goes skip. When a channel member tells me to do it, I first question it and then I do it. Okay. When a non-channel member tells me to do it, I question it twice. Get it? All right, Big Boys Toys, man, how you doing? Happy to see you. I saw you got those high RPM engines. All right, so here we have some scale-looking electrics. Don't care about these at all. I actually had... No, I never had this. Go ahead. I never had this. That's a hell no. Right there, hell no. Okay, we have the Kyosho Mini Z. These are still very popular, actually. People race them all the time. This is the Mini RC18 MT. I had this truck before. It's I guess you would call it an 18 scale. RC18. 18 denotes that it's an 18 scale. I had this one. It was actually very popular. This was during a time period when small scale was very, very in. Today, I would say it's coming back. It's coming back. What do you guys think? I think small scale's coming back. Do I like small scale? Honestly, not really. It's one of those things where you basically just spend your money on it. Okay, we got the Team Losi Triple X 4 buggy. I always liked this. This I always liked. And to this day, I don't think I've ever had one of these. So the interesting thing about this particular electric model, was the belt was hidden in a tunnel. So that's how you would identify a low-C triple X of any kind. There's sometimes you see a triple XS. The S would be the sedan. Guys, could I get a hell yeah for my sickening RC knowledge?
Hell yeah.
Say it louder and prouder.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that was a little better. Yo, guys, Melissa don't drink coffee. I'm trying to get her on it. But she goes, nah, I like the coffee. I don't like the coffee. What's up, Boosted RC, man? Happy to see you here. I am going over the RC car Bible. That's what this is called. I didn't make it up, bro. Okay. I'm allowed to say it because it's on the cover. Okay, let's continue. So, low C, triple X chassis were some of my favorite, actually. Well, let's continue. Boosted RC and Pitbull goes, hell yeah. Finally, we got some excitement in here. We got the mini Mad Force. Never seen one of these in real life. Pretty much unpopular in my opinion. Man, you gotta say, guys, this thing has some great pictures about really the period RCs of the time. Who agrees? Go ahead. Who agrees, baby? Next up, we have crawlers. So this is the Tamiya TX2, pretty expensive crawler setup. The TXT1, I've never had one. I always wanted one, but pretty rare. Yeah, this was a period when crawlers were not really scale. Big Boys Toys, man. We are happy to have you here. We all have bad days. Some have worse days than others, but don't forget, life consists of exactly, on average, statistically, 4,000 weeks. So we all have about 4,000 weeks if we get lucky. And what I'm trying to say is, don't waste those weeks, man, okay? Every week matters. When I go home on a Friday, that's 1 week down. Today is 1 week down. When you really think of your life as a statistical limit of 4 weeks, you basically have to rush to make Nitro great again. All right. Connor, bro, I'm sad to hear that, but hopefully you'll be on to more positive adventures. Okay, let's continue. I don't really care much about these. Nitro powered. We've reached the hill. We have reached the hill. I will say, sometimes people say positive things and it's just BS, okay? It's literally just BS because you really have to have a frame of reference. I'm not a motivational speaker, guys, unless it's Nitros. But you really have to have a frame of reference. And it's hard to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, right? We all have different hormones, different levels of anxiety. But at the end of the day, it could always be worse. And having a negative mindset is not anything that will ever help you. So just think of that, okay? Yes, suffering is part of life, especially when you have no idea how to tune. But the people here on this channel right now, I have 100% confidence you know how to tune. Okay, two-stroke power, baby. How does that make you feel? Let's see what they say. It says, the most exciting vehicles in radio control are, without doubt, the fuel-burning race cars. Dude, it's like they're really supporting the Nitro gang over here. Okay, let's continue. So here they're talking about two-stroke tech. Oh, wow, look at this. That is a Revo, apparently on the track. That is a Revo. I could tell. Yes, this Revo would have been fairly new by this time period. This is 2006. It's probably safe to say this picture was probably taken in 2005. So the Revo would have only been out like 1 year at this point. Yeah, so this would have been a state-of-the-art RC at this time period, really. Well, in terms of design. Next up. Oh, wow. RD Logics. Most people don't even know this brand made Nitro models, RD Logics. So they had, I've never owned an RD Logics, but anybody here want to give me a quick name of one of their, I would say, T-Max looking, T-Max, well, no, Savage looking clones. What was the name of the RD Logics Savage looking clone? Let me see. We got a question from Nitro Pimp, channel member. I'm going to look. The question is that a Duratrax Nitro Quake on the 6th? What is the 6th? I'm not sure what you mean by the 6th. 6th page? I'm going to backtrack. I'm going to wait for you to respond because your question matters. Exactly, Lucas Dahlkup. I'm going to say it, man. It could always be worse. Be thankful for the little stuff in life that you have. That is true, man. Unfortunately, as inflation grows, people get pardoned. Criminals, basically. It's going to get worse. Okay? Off eBay. Okay, no, I don't know about that. I think that was last week's video. I didn't talk about Duratrax so far today. Okay, RD Logics. The question is, okay, MPTRC is correct. Jason Zoltan Farkas, what's going on? That is true. The RD Logics Wolverine was a Savage-looking clone. I've never seen one in real life. I had a chance to buy one, but it did not go down. Basically, this is a pretty high-end buggy. Our RD Logics, as you guys might know, the brand RD Logics. Yo, are you all appreciating my in-depth review and information in this? Because I could just literally, like, rebuild shocks right now, baby. I got hella ton of shocks to rebuild, and I'm freaking overwhelmed because I got a lot of engines to wash. And the freaking sink water is cold lately. I couldn't even wash the Sportworks engine. Okay, thank you, Judge Joe, man. Thank you. This is from the Sportworks Mayhem buggy. Gotta repair it. It's basically like a low-C LST engine. Similar specs. Anyway, I'm just sitting by that on the couch, okay? Just right next to me. All right, thanks, bro, Tarek. All right, let's continue. So here we have some racing. I'm not going to talk much about these. This is just like classes. You know, most of us aren't really racing in classes these days, so it really don't matter. Next up, let's see. Oh, man, finally. Oh, man, now this is a Baja. You know, this would have been the year it came out, actually. Guys, there's going to be a Baja Fire video either this week or next. Brand new. Okay, it's going to be sickening. So let me first talk about the RD Logics Wolverine, which is what I started talking about earlier. So right here is the RD Logics Wolverine. You could see, I almost guarantee nobody has ever seen them before because it's like such a weird car and it's pretty rare. I wouldn't say it was good, but I also wouldn't say it was trash. So you could tell it has the DNA of a Savage. Twin vertical plate, a fuel tank mounted in the same position, roll bar, which has a lot of 90-degree angles, pretty much not a good idea. Dual shocks, receiver box in a similar position. So it has the DNA of a Savage. But the sad reality was it wasn't popular. Anybody here ever have the RD Logics Wolverine, which is this gold chassis? That's how you would know. Next to it, this is actually the T-Max that we talked about earlier, I think. No, it's not the same one. It's a big block one. This is a big block T-Max that appears to be I think a Pico engine. I think that's a Pico. There's a Pico expert in this chat. I know he's busy welding, but often the guy could verify if this is the Pico cooling head or not. It appears that it is. So anybody here want to tell me what was an easy way long ago to do a big block conversion on a T-Max? Yep, Andy Barnett says it's a Pico, gang. So there was basically two ways to do a big block conversion on a T-Max. You could either Okay, off the guy confirms. It's a Pico. Sickening. The only real two possible ways to do a big block conversion on a T-Max back then would have been to move the transmission forward, or you would have to have purchased a big block upgrade kit. Usually from Integy had them, XTM had them, New Era models had them. The big block kits were very serious because you also had a lengthened chassis. All right, let's continue. Anyways, Baja, can't have a birthday without one, just so you know. Cannot have a birthday without one. Yeah, this is basically... Oh, man, look at this. Look at what they wrote. I don't think they're correct, to be honest with you. They wrote below, powered by small 23cc lawnmower engine. It's not a lawnmower engine. Oh, book just ripped. It's fine. It's not a lawnmower engine. Today I was at work. I showed a buddy of mine a Baja, video. He goes, "Oh, it's like a power, like a weed whacker engine." I go to him, "No, bro. These are high RPM with clutches. It's nowhere close to a lawnmower engine." Okay, JWRC, how you doing, man? Ryan Wood goes, "Yes, either extend the skid plate or the lower chassis. That you would need to also do." Lawnmower engine. Don't let people tell you these use lawnmower engines. That will be the farthest from the truth, actually. Okay. Now, oh, wow. Now, this is magic. Team Associated Nitro TC3. With the black looking body. This is the TC3 Plus RTR model. The last generation body, basically, I would say. I have this one. I mean, damn, I think I have 2 or 3 of them. Don't tell nobody, though. Okay, let us continue. This is one of the models I really wish Associated would re-release, to be honest with you. This was a sickening chassis. They hit close to about 50 miles an hour, stock too. Yo, Melissa, can we get some Kit Kats over here? Let's get a Kit Kat. Ryan Wood wants to know, what is this book? This is the RC Car Bible. Very, very rare, 2006. Next page. We got ourselves a Tamiya TG10 MK2. This is a pretty proper Tamiya, a lot of carbon fiber. Never had one of these. Maybe one day I'll pick one up, but I doubt it. Next to it, it's probably one of the best looking HPI bodies other than a Mustang and a Camaro SS. And some of those Mercedes AMG bodies. Old school WRX shell. This was on a couple of the RS43s they had them. Oh, thank God. Who here enjoys a Kit Kat? I'm going to give them all a break right now. I'm going to give them all a break.
That's the song.
Here, you want a break? There you go. All right, this part is talking about chassis perfection, chapter 5. I hear they're talking about tuning. I'm not going to get too into this differential setups. Stuff like that, not interesting. Who knows what this truck is? Go ahead. I know you guys might know what that is. Who knows what that is, baby? I mean, it's real obvious. You could tell by the shocks. You could tell by the wheels. You could tell by the way the engine is mounted. By this cover. GeoMac is correct. And Kyle G is correct as well. It is a low-C LST. Yo, Melissa, every car is not a Revo or a T-Max, okay? I'm just letting you know right now. JP's RC is correct as well. All right, next up. I'm not going to really talk too much about it because it's just talking about, you know, whatever. It's talking about tires. This appears to be... Don't know what that is. This is talking about droop. Chassis droop. I don't really care about ride height. Roll center. Now this appears to be a low C of some, no, an associated of some kind. Probably RC10 GT. No, this appears to be an electric by the chassis. Okay, here we have some geometry. We're not going to discuss this really. It's pretty subjective stuff. Anti-squat, roll center type of stuff. We're not going to discuss that. This part's actually quite boring. RPM toe gauge, I have that. Oh, finally, we got a sickening HPI R40. Guys, if you've never known about the HPI R40, now you do. I had one on the channel. My buddy Boosted RC Brian, him and I ran it. His had an OS 18 TZ. No, that was a 12 TZ, I think. HPI R40. This is one that I also do wish they would re-release. Proper 10 scale, 2-speed touring car. This was hot. This was a hot ride. This was a very hot ride. And still is, in my opinion. That's right, Nitro Pimp knows all about those R40s. Next up. Electric car prep. Bro, what is there to prep? You put the power switch on and you go. Prep, what are they talking about over here, man? Okay, next up. Oh, I see what they're talking. I mean, this is real race tech over here. They're using tire warmers. Wow, that is inboard suspension. This must be a Tamiya or an Offna. Wonder what chassis that is. Oh, no, hold on. It's a Tamiya 94 McLaren. It's a Tamiya F1 car with the inboard suspension. Tamiya F1 McLaren. I don't know, Tamiya F1 cars really aren't, in my opinion, race quality. They're good kits to build, but I wouldn't say they're, without heavy modifications, they're race level cars at all. Like, nowhere near it. They're mostly for realism. Who here agrees? I would say mostly realism. But yeah, this is F1 electric. Next up. All right, talking about batteries. So at this time period, you basically had to use battery bars and make your own batteries. I used to do that. I had, and I still have, an RPM battery. Forgot what it's called. It was called a battery assembly something. A jig. A battery assembly jig it was called. Okay. Here we got a guy with backwards glasses. RR3, how you doing? This is actually a book. This is not really a magazine. This is a book from 2006. It's called the RC Car Bible. Literally, I didn't make that word up. It's literally called that. Yeah, so CPL viewers, how you doing? Yes, his dad made his own batteries. I remember soldering this. There were battery bars. I think this guy's using this is a tool to match them. You could see he's running a MacBook. This appears to be a maybe an iBook G3. No, iBook G4. Nah, this would have been a MacBook by now. Silver case with the super dark screen. This is before the screens were even bright, guys. Look how dark that screen is. I bet he's thinking to himself, shit, I gotta take my glasses off. Can't even see the screen. Sickening. Nothing to see here, really. Here they're telling you to use thread lock. More electric power and speed. Don't care about that at all. We want to see nitro speed, baby. All right, so here they're talking about formulas for rollout. Don't know what that is, really. I mean, I do know what it is, but we're not really going to get into it. Brushed motor tech. Back in the day, you had brushed motors. Some were single wind, some were double wind, depending how many turns they were. And these were the components of the brushed motor. You had the can, you had the armature, and you had the end bell. I think it's called the end cap. With the brushes. So the brushes were, you could solder on different brushes. You could, adjust the spring tension. So motors were very, very modifiable back then. Yeah, JP's RCs goes, I remember timing motors. Yeah, motor timing was also a big, big thing. Some motor cans had adjustable motor timing. We're talking like a couple degrees here. So we're not going to talk much about that. I mean, at this time, brushless was already a thing. I remember having a very early Novak system. But people used to still use modified motors that were rebuildable. Yeah, here they're talking about brushless. Brushless motors are faster and lighter than brush motors, but also more expensive. Yeah. I had a Novak SS5800 system back in the day. It was the most expensive motor system I ever owned. It was brand new, $240 from Tower Hobbies. Brand new. Spent basically all my money. I was like a college student at that time, working in like the school No, I was working in the library. Yeah, I was working in the library tutoring math. I was a math tutor. Also tutored a little bit of Spanish, surprisingly. Okay, let's continue. So here, this is like oval, I think, racing it's called. On-road pan car. These are pretty interesting. Never had one of these. Nitro race car preparation. Now this is pretty fascinating. These are both Revos. Which is odd because really the Revo class, I think they were trying to get it to take off. But it likely never did. The reviews I read on the Revo during the time period, a lot of the journalists were just kind of hung up on what class it is. So the problem was with the class. Some people said it drove like a buggy. Some people said it drove like a truggy. Some people said it drove like a monster truck. And whatever the case is, in like racing classes, the Revos just did not take off. Okay, here we got ourselves a TC3. Breaking in a Nitro motor. I'm not going to read this right now, but if somebody has like, important questions or whatever, I could consult this book later if you want to leave a comment. Here is that big block T-Max with the world's worst breather style air filter. Not really supposed to use these kind of like K&N style air filters. The reason is you can't oil them. Plus, these are normally used for like PCV valves. You guys, that are in the, car hobby, I guess you could correct me also if you want. But, real automotive like cars, 1-to-1 scale cars, they don't experience the same dirt conditions as, let's say, something like this that would be running on dirt. So you can't really use a filter like this. Not a good idea. Famous OS12CV. Starter box. We got some symptoms. Let's see what they said. Who here wants to pick a symptom? We'll talk about it. Possible causes. CPL virus, that is correct. That is the engine. I'm looking at the chat here. If anybody has some obvious issues they want me to go over, I will do it. Gary goes, how important is an air filter? Gary, man, the air filter, and people here in the chat will confirm, is probably the top priority after a failsafe and a throttle return spring. No, I would say it's the first top priority. Having a clean air filter, you guys wanna think about that. What is the top priority maintenance item on a Nitro model? I would say it's the air filter, followed by a failsafe and throttle return spring, and then a fuel filter. I would say that's the case. Okay, we got a comment from CPL Viers. He goes, runs too hot. Okay, so runs too hot over here. Yeah, I would say my method was correct, basically. Okay, runs too hot. Not enough airflow through body vents. Okay, well, I will agree to this to some extent, but really, if you need extra vents in the body to cool it, man, you're running too lean, okay? Dirt wedged around gears. What? Are they for real right here? Runs too hot, dirt wedged around gears? That is going to be a questionable decision right there in my behalf. Dirt or string lodged between wheels. Okay, that could happen. So they're talking about extra friction, basically. So yeah, if you have like binding in the wheels, you're going to have, it's going to run hotter, right? Gears mesh too closely. I agree. Car runs for too long at full throttle. I agree. Gear ratio too high, so motor is lugging. I also agree. Dirty air filter, agree. Carb set to lean, agree. Carb leaking air, also agree. Cracked crankcase. Well, so basically if you have a cracked crankcase, depending how bad, you'll just have an air leak. So yeah, it'll run leaner, obviously. Wrong fuel with too little fuel, also agree. I would say most of their items are correct. Yeah, mud in gears. That is not a thing, guys. I mean, you could get mud in gears, but you understand, like gear mesh wise, like it's spinning at all times. Like it's not just gonna like get lodged in there and just stay there. Like you know what I mean? That's not a thing. Let's continue. This wow, this is a really nice Team Associate on the left side right here. It's a really nice one. We got 95 viewers in the stream, guys, almost 100. If you can, please give this video a like. I spend my Friday nights usually trying to come up with good content, and I think I do for the most part. So this is a proper factory team TC3 with the O'Donnell cooling head. Very rare. I have one of these cooling heads. Their cooling efficiency is incredible, by the way. Incredible. It has maybe 2 extra fins compared to the stock head. That's what it is. So this is what a rear exhaust setup of the factory team pipe would look like. Really, really nice. It appears they have a... Is that Sandy?
No, that's the rain that you're hearing.
I'm whistling. So the thing is with Sandy, when you whistle, he comes over. I just learned to whistle.
That's the rain that you're hearing.
That's the rain?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Tamiya. Don't really care about that one that much, honestly. This is a RTR TC3 on top. Now this is a big block Revo over here. This is a pretty interesting picture. The Revo squatting and lifting the front wheels due to the sickening big block. and the Proline 40 series wheels. But they're missing the spinners. They're missing the spinners. Michael Sucha, man, spring is around the corner.
Let's see if the Groundhog Day Sunday.
Groundhog Day. I heard some interesting statistics on the groundhog. It appears they're wrong almost all the time. But actually, the most correct groundhog was Staten Island Chuck, which is my local area, everybody. Okay? The home base of the Nitro gang. The Cincinnati Pete, I think, is the groundhog of that area. He was only correct 33% of the time. That's horrible. He literally had a chance of 50-50, right? If your prediction is, you either look at the shadow or you run away from the shadow, you have 50-50 success rate. To get 33% right means you're doing terrible. Okay, so here we got some proper 10 scale touring cars. The question is, what's the left one? I'm not sure which one we're talking about. Kyosho MP 7 point. I'm not sure. We might not be at the right part of the stream, so I'm just gonna continue, man. I'm sorry if I overlooked the car that you were interested in. I think the question is regarding these buggies now at this point. The two buggies. Okay. Okay, so I'll tell you what they are. So the question is, what are these two buggies? Well, one is for certainly a Kyosho. I'm going to read the bottom. It doesn't say what they are. They appear to be Kyoshos. Yeah, Kyosho is pretty much heavy into racing at this time. This is the Team Magic from the cover. Team Magic, baby. Where the magic happens. Here we have RD Logic's SHO buggy. Hold on a second. Nah, this can't be. Where's the full-size picture? They're saying this is a buggy, but I could see a 2-speed. I've never seen an 8-scale buggy with a 2-speed mounted like a touring car before in my life. This is pretty rare. Nah, no, my bad. Incorrect. They're talking about the top one. They're talking about the top one, not the bottom one. My bad. So on the bottom, they're talking about, it's a CVEC air filter. So this is, I've never seen this air filter, a CVEC air filter, which is basically the brand that makes pipes. CVEC air filter. Never seen an air filter housing like that. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look different from like a Jado air filter, other than the aluminum, you know? Oh, here we go. We got some pipe tech. So this is the inner cone of a CVEC pipe. It's threaded, slides in, and you could adjust it, height. There's a pin. You could move the pin to different positions, and that way you can generate different back pressure. Thing is, not all CVEC pipes are adjustable, though. So this appears to be a non-adjustable CVEC pipe, meaning it doesn't come apart. It doesn't screw apart. Here we have the low C LST. That's a factory M26 engine. This one seems to have a crazy amount of relatively pointless aluminum upgrades. Pretty dope. By the way, check this out. Anybody ever had body clips like this? I know it doesn't seem significant, but these single long style body clips, the factory team associate body clips, are super awesome. You just put one in, go straight in, boom. You don't need to use another body clip on the other body post at all. Pretty nice, pretty good setup. I had those a couple times. Pretty useful. Well, here they made a mistake. Look at that caption. It says the Team Losi 1/10 scale Nitro truck. We all know the Losi is not a 10 scale truck. Yo, Bliss, we got any of that halal food left?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I'm gonna have to eat that like hardcore.
Me too. I have a headache.
Yeah, me too. JP, man, you have a good night. I will hopefully check you out on your stream this week if there is one, and I hope there is, man. Okay, JP's RC goes, there will be a stream on Sunday. Guys, go to his channel. Don't miss the stream. He has more nitros on the wall than I have in 3 floors of my entire house. I'm serious. This is like driving tech, dynamics, painting. And that is basically it. Here they want my input. And that is the RC Car Bible. Right, guys. I'm not going to be here for long. This is the upcoming build for the channel. If you want to see the unboxing, it just went down literally the other day. What I did want to show is some of the electronics. So REEDY electronics are synonymous with Team Associated. In fact, they have a long, long history. I'm going to talk a little bit about it later. It says their black box, zero timing, censored brushless ESC. You know, I love censored ESCs. They are extremely smooth. This is going to be a great ESC. When ESCs first really hit the market, like the Novak ones, right? The ones that I used to have, basically, they were all censored, meaning they had a very good slow speed transition. You know, like when the first Chinese style ESCs came out, generally when you used to press the throttle, they would just kind of lunge. That was how it was. But censored ESCs, they are still pretty expensive, like right now, because they are very, very smooth. They're generally used at this point. I don't know if they're really used as much, but they were used in crawling, because in crawling you want a very slow movement. Next up, the brushless motor, another REEDY powered system. So this is the one that, you know, right here you have the port for the sensor. You have your 3 regular ABC leads that will be soldered, and you have your sensor port. Sickening. Lake Forest, California. I've been there. Great town. The question from Lotus 420 is how many kV? I'm trying to find it right now. So the thing is, like proper race brands, they don't really talk too much about kV. It's more about turns. So this is, it's like a mid-range 13.5 turn. If somebody wants to do a conversion, you'll be able to do that. So 13.5 turns is how many kV? It's not over 4,000, obviously. So what do we got spec-wise here? CNC machine lightweight can, solder tabs, dual precision bearings. That's pretty much normal fixed timing. High strength balanced rotor. Yeah, we would need to do the conversion on the specs. I could do it right now. Let me do the conversion right now. I mean, a lot of it also comes down to gearing. Let me see. Long ago, 13.5 turns. Hold on, I mistyped it. Okay. Oh, wow. 13.5 turns is exactly 3,500 kV. So this is actually the same as in terms of RPM, you know, kV, turns per volt. This is like a Traxxas 3500 Valinian motor. I mean, this is a proper, good, proper 10 scale motor, in my opinion. It's not low kV, it's not high kV. 13.5 turns long ago, just so you guys know, would have been considered a proper modified motor. Okay, Jimmy George, how are you, man? So 3,500 kV. That's pretty phenomenal, actually, in my opinion. For me, that is exactly what you want. Yeah, CPLV goes. The only thing I know is that 13.5 turn brushless is mod for 2-wheel drive. Yeah, it's basically a mod class. So it's fine. Let's continue. I'm just going over the electronics, my bros. Electronics. We got ourselves a Wolfpack battery, also REEDY. So we're sticking to REEDY because REEDY is basically the in-house electronics brand for Team Associated. Pretty sickening shorty pack. I haven't opened it yet. 4,200 milliamp hour, 50C. Pretty proper battery, shorty, it's called. We have the pinion gear. Factory team, baby. Factory team. We're keeping this 100% associated. And, of course, to finish it off, the Metal Gear servo. It feels pretty heavy. What do you guys want? If you want, I'll do a quick little opening of the kit, or else I'm gonna bounce. You let me know. Open it or bounce. I mean, I got work to do. I gotta release a video tomorrow, guys. You know, I don't live this channel through streams only. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this motor. This is a perfect motor for a setup like that. 3500 is exactly what you want. Dan Davidson, how are you, bro? Dan Davidson goes, open it. How you doing there, Texas Hill, man? Happy to see you here. Just going over the Hoonigan. So Hoonigan is the race brand. Hoonicorn is the car. Hoonicorn basically is the combination of two words, Hoonigan and unicorn. That's my discovery. Rusty Nail, how you doing, bro? Happy to see you here. Melissa, your computer, you gotta move it a little because you can't put stuff on there. It's really delicate stuff over here we got. Right, so let's see what it says. Hoonigan is a person who operates a motor vehicle in an aggressive and unorthodox manner, consisting of, but not limited to, drifting, burnouts, donuts, as well as acts of automotive aeronautics. One who hoons. So that's a definition, bro. It's one who hoons. That is one definition, man. Yo, Melissa, you think we can order a Hoonigan pizza today? I want a Hoonigan pizza. All right, bros, go ahead. Open it. Yep. CPL Viewers goes, don't be confused with one who goons. That's a good one. All right, I'm going to open this up. You all ready for this? Like that song? Oh, look at that info about REEDY. I think we should open up the stuff about REEDY. Should we read the stuff about REEDY? I think I got to read it, to be honest with you, because we need to understand why REEDY is such a sickening brand. So let me see. REEDY Modified, established by Mike REEDY in the early 70s as a slot car motor manufacturer. The REEDY name, along with the man himself, were brought into the AE family in 1980 to develop motors for the RC market. Mike himself rewound and modified stock motors to be used by our team drivers and quickly helped make the brand synonymous with winning. Sickening. Yeah, so honestly, Team Associated, I would say, has probably the longest history in RC overall. And model making, 1965 on says on the left. All right. Open it or what? By the way, these are pretty good quality kits. This is the one with the factory team upgrades. Yep, Big Boys Toys, yep. Mark REEDY had a hard life, but he contributed a lot to something that we can all enjoy now. You know what I mean? That's the benefit. Okay, Texas Hill goes open it. All right, let me get closer to what I gotta. All right. Okay, here we go. So inside the box, this is what you get. I mean, it's obviously a kit, so you got to build it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good packaging. The body is real nice. Here we have a bunch of parts. It's all labeled, like, based on bags. Here is bag 1. These are the factory team aluminum shocks. Factory team shocks, guys, phenomenal. I'm going to tell you right now. The best shocks in the world. So all of this has to be built, right? But this is what people used to do back in the day. When you build a kit like this, you really understand the ins and outs. Today, everything is RTR. Just look at Arma. They don't have a single kit. Check this out. Bag 8. They even give you factory team thread lock. That is actually quite impressive because long ago, basic kits did not come with thread lock. You have the correct shock oil. So this is actually a good amount of cash if you were going to buy it by yourself, you know what I mean? We have the diff fluid. So all the fluids are already provided to you. And grease. Yo, this is like, if you were going to buy this stuff alone just to build the kit, bros, this would be like a $20, no, more than that, I think, bag of stuff. Obviously, they only give you enough for the shocks in the car, and it looks like a little extra. But still, this is really nice of them, in my opinion. Here we have a bag. It's called bag 6 with, well, there's a pinion right here. So why did I get a pinion? We already have a pinion. Okay, ball bearings. We have the aluminum motor plate. The spur gear in this car is actually covered. And this one has the factory team turnbuckles somewhere in here. This is a pretty proper kit. Yep, Pitbull Air Cool goes, building kits is half of the fun. Exactly, man. That's why, you know, I'm a little happy that this is here. Here are some of the plastic parts, suspension parts. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. This is some of the interesting features of this kit, actually. So this particular model, this is the builder's kit, right? There's one that's an RTR and the builder's kit. This one comes with a factory team sway bar kit. Very, I mean, this would be like a $40 option, right? You also have, well, like kind of caliper rotor looking setup. They're obviously not functional because it's an electric chassis. But this particular model has a good amount of factory team upgrades to begin with. And get this, guys. Who wants to take a guess what kind of chassis this thing has? Go ahead. What kind of chassis does it have? Is it plastic? Is it aluminum? What is it? Here's the rest of some of the diffs you got to build. The seals, the bearings. And here we have the correct factory team turnbuckles. Lotus 420 goes, it has a carbon fiber chassis. No, bro. This is 100% aluminum. This is a proper 10 scale factory touring car. No plastic chassis here, no flex. And Team Associate has very good part quality when it comes to the plastics. So technically this thing has like 3 or 4 factory team parts. And a pre-painted body. Good luck getting that, you know, like on anything else. Normally kits come with clear bodies. So I'm going to start building this probably over the weekend. You guys want to see the body or what? I could take it out if you want. You want to see the body? Then after that, I'm probably going to go, okay? I gotta eat. I got to get ready to build this. And I have to make Nitro great again the entire week. Okay, Gary goes, hell yeah. God, he knows what I respond to. So, CPL viewers, I'm going to show you. What about the tires is the question. So let me first show you what's well, in here. It's not under here. It's in here. So we got tires and wheels included. Right? Also, very nice touch because actually kits normally don't come with tires and wheels. And these are correct for the Hoonicorn. And body accessories. We have the rear diffuser and, you know, body accessories, stuff like that. Here, check this out, bros. At the bottom. The aluminum chassis. This is what you want. No plastic Armagang chassis here. Beautiful. With stickers if you want to apply also. Yeah, it's pretty rare to see like an actual aluminum chassis these days on a 10 scale touring car. Actually, almost never, in my opinion. Everything's either carbon fiber or, well, just plastic, right? So here's the body. If you guys want, I can open it up. And as I said, Team Associated, you can get these on their website. There's also an RTR model, by the way, okay? This is the kit model. So the RTR, it's about the same price. There's going to be turbos over here, by the way, on top. So you could see they've already applied a good amount of the stickers. There's going to be a body insert here in the front. Pretty good quality body. The paint is incredible. Most of the stickers are applied. Yeah, it's real nice. Quality, I can't say anything bad about it. The bottom looks real good. So we're going to have inserts there for, you know, aesthetic purposes. But yeah, really beautiful. It's going to be a big wing in the back also, and like some kind of rear spoiler. All right, guys, I think that's about it. We're going to call it a day. If you want to get one of these, I'm telling you, Team Associated is making a big fat comeback for 2025. They never left. But they are going to give Arma a run for their money. I want to say happy Friday Nitro out there to all of you. And if you're all having a week that could use a little bit of improvement, trust me, I'm there with you. But when I opened up a sickening kit like this, it makes me a little happier. All right, my dudes, you all have a great night. Leave this video a comment, say, I love that Hoonicorn. And I will begin building it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the first step on video or not. But this, in fact, is quite impressive. Especially with the turbos that are going to be on there soon. Sickening. All right, my dudes. I will talk to you later. Yeah, this kit. Oh, yeah, we got a question from Just Joe about how much this is. So they're $299. You know, you get a lot for $299 really, if you think about it. Like the factory team upgrades on this chassis alone are, I would say, a value of maybe $100. You get the drive shafts, the factory team drive shafts. The regular one just comes with dog bones. Factory team sway bars, factory team turnbuckles, factory team shocks. That's like over $100 worth of factory teams. You know, I want to be a team in a factory. Sickening. Off now, guy. All of you guys. Talk to you later. I have to go edit and eat pizza and salad. Bye bye.